Plumes of acrid smoke fill Moscow skies on Thursday following one of the biggest Ukrainian strikes on the capital in years. Life goes on in a city that's grown somewhat accustomed to Ukrainian drone attacks. But strikes on Russian refineries like this mean the leading oil producer will have to import fuel this month. The war, already longer than World War I, grinds on, and Ukraine faces setbacks too. Russia is pounding the country with drones and ballistic missiles, and could be close to capturing Konstantinivka, a key city on the so-called Ukrainian fortress belt in a region Russia demands be handed over to them. As all this unfolded, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy prepared to address a gathering of NATO defense ministers. He called the strike on Moscow revenge for a Russian strike that damaged one of Ukraine's historic sites. But he said while Ukrainian strikes hurt, Russia's President Putin may not back down without more help.
Putin is not stopping this war. He insists on continuing it, so the pressure must grow. Every project supporting Ukrainian drones and our weapons production in Ukraine, and together, of course, with you, with partners, and every sanctions measure against Russia for this war, all of it must grow.
The meeting saw U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth voice irritation at European allies' reluctance to help the U.S. in its recent war with Iran. He says the U.S. will review its forces in Europe, the results of which will depend on Europe stepping up responsibility for its own security. But it was a productive meeting for Ukraine. Kyiv and Berlin signed an agreement on anti-ballistic capabilities. And Ukraine's allies also promised around $1 billion in military assistance and more.
Also today, an aid package for extended-range artillery was announced, meaning long-range artillery of 30-plus kilometers. We are still tallying up the totals, but we can already see that it will be approximately $500 million.
Ukraine's President Zelenskyy also attended an EU summit as it tries to move closer to eventual EU membership. While the war remains deadlocked, there could be some movements in diplomacy. Russian officials say U.S. envoys could soon be in Russia as President Donald Trump calls for a deal to end the war.
Both negotiators, Kushner and Witkoff, will visit Russia in the near future. Specific dates for the visit to Moscow have not yet been determined, but we will assume it will be in the near future. And when it's convenient for both of us and them, we will confirm the date of their arrival.
But Russian officials say Thursday's strike on the Moscow refinery means the chances of any personal contact with Kyiv are now further away. And Russia is promising to retaliate. Justin Wu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.